Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank, coming to you from the Business Accelerant Studio. I'm Brad Berger, along with my co-host, Dan Whedon. Our guest today is Peter Crabtree of Crabtree Brands. We just had a fun and intriguing conversation with Peter. To listen to the entire podcast, visit shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle or through iHeartRadio. You can still subscribe and listen to our podcast on iTunes, and we're always interested in your feedback, so please do not forget to rate us. So, Peter, I think it would not be a stretch of the imagination to classify you as a serial entrepreneur, and one that started at a pretty young age. It would take, kind of more time than we have on our video to describe your experience, but talk a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey, how it began and how it's progressed to this point so far.
Sure. So I came from families of small business people. So both of my grandfathers started their own companies in the 50s and 60s. And all of my extended family all work in small business, and many of whom have started their own companies and done unique and interesting things. And so I guess that was always sort of the model that I saw growing up, and saw that as a possibility. And I started growing and raising cattle, selling those at the Kitsap County 4-H and FFA market animal auctions, and then got into chocolates because I had a real passion for food, and started selling through farmers markets, and then got into retail stores, and opened my own restaurant concept that expanded on that, and continued to grow that to the business that we have today, which is a group of about 7 different brands of different food and beverage companies, with over 80 employees and about 40 more that we're hiring hopefully in the next 90 days. So
excellent.
That's been kind of the very brief version of the journey.
If you want to hear the whole thing, you got to listen to the podcast because we talk about all of them. One in particular, though, you started with chocolate, and you started at a young age. Now, with all of the changes and transitions, you are reimagining that brand of Choc Mo. Can you talk about that reimagination and what the brand means to you?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Dan, like you mentioned, chocolate was really the first thing that kicked off what's now Crabtree Brands, and really what's important to our core focus is that we're really trying to change the way that people interact with food and beverage, and through chocolate, what that really means is that we're transforming Choc Mo to really be about deliberate chocolate. So what that means to us is that both the way that we source ingredients and the way that we use our products on the retail side are creating an impact on the communities that those products relate to. So we wanted to make sure that we know what farmers we're buying cacao beans from, that they're getting paid fairly for those products, and that we're providing opportunities for them to grow that market and to continue to create more premium products that they can sell to us to make more money, to be able to expand what they want to do in their communities, and really to be able to use the chocolates on our end to do things like partner with Fish Line. We have a box of caramels, for instance, that $3 from every box sold goes to support the children's programs that Fish Line provides in Poulsbo. So that's really the core focus of what deliberate chocolate means to us.
Well, and even going a little further and a little beyond that, the legacy that you're trying to build. Talk a little bit about what it is that you want Crabtree, the Crabtree name, and the Crabtree Brands to be known for.
Yeah, great. So really, I mean, what we're about is really, like I mentioned, really trying to change the way that people interact with food and beverage. And what that means to us is that we want our customers and our guests at our restaurant to be able to come in and learn something from their experience about where we're sourcing our products from, about the people that caught the fish or raised the cows or raised the pigs or planted the vegetables that we're serving there, and that's really the core focus of what we want that to be. So to that end, we're going to have some different cool, farm tour style dinners where we're going to bring in some of the farmers that we've actually sourced those products from, so they can talk about what they've grown and why that's important to them, and really connecting people to the supply of their food.
Well, Peter, thank you for being here. Normally we ask, how can people get in touch with you? I think we should be asking, how can people find out where to go to Choc Mo, to go to High Spirits, and to go to Crabtree Kitchen? What's the best way for our viewers to know how to get in touch with you and your companies?
Yeah, so definitely check out crabtreebrands.com. You can also visit us at chocmo.com and crabtreekitchen.com and highspiritsliquor.com and all of those. And from all of those, you'll find a careers page on there where you can see all the open positions that we have and find out about all the great opportunities we have for folks that want to come join our team.
Well, once again, this is just a taste of what you can expect by listening to the entire podcast. Visit shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle or listen to us on iHeartRadio. You can also subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. We'd love to hear from you, so please do not forget to rate us. Thanks to all of our shrimp peeler sponsors and to you, our listeners and followers.
Well, our next show from the Business Accelerant Studio will be Wednesday, July 24th, when our guest will be Matt Albee from 11 Winery. Please join us then, because for today, the hay is in the barn.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp